Hello and welcome to another Wraggys Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, reviewing a brand new, well, it's new for me, I haven't been into Lidl for a while, so I presume it's new. Um, New Czech Pilsner called, I think that's Staravice. I'll just look on the back because I need to make sure I get it right for the description. So, brewed in the Czech Republic using only the best locally sourced ingredients. This lager is the product of generations of Czech brewing knowledge, which has been passed down over the centuries, resulting in a Czech lager of exceptional quality, characterized by its full-bodied flavour, fiery colour, and rich foam. 5% obviously brewed for Lidl. And yeah, let's crack it open and see. It's a new one for me. Well, it says it's new anyway, so I presume it's new. Otherwise, why would you say it? But back to work tomorrow. It's funny when you have a 3 day. You smell that aroma. It's funny when you have a 3 days off. You don't want to go back. I'm usually good, but you just get. I can just do another day off. It's funny because most of the time I'm really really good, and I don't want any time off work. So as you can see, golden pour, big head. Yeah, so that's generally my rubbish pouring. Lots of carbonation, as we can see. The aroma is very similar to other Czech beers. Basically, a lager malt aroma. There's not a lot of aroma. I mean, it's not like an imperial stout, it's a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. It is what it is. It's what it tastes like, what it smells like. So yeah, the smell is pretty much what you'd expect. Right, cheers. I would get a thumping headache before I start doing this review. Now, this has come from the house. So the temperature is not the temperature you would probably be drinking at normally. So my advice, make sure you keep it chilled. If I'd got it out of the beer room in here, it would have been chilled sufficiently. But because it's been in the house, it's not been chilled. And there's a nice bite to it. It's a good twangy lager. As lagers go, definitely good twang in the back end. As lagers go, it's so far so good for me. So yeah, over halfway through the fence. Although I've actually gone back years ago. The neighbour had a fence, and I put the fence on my side, and basically I lost some of the garden. Well, now I'm using their old fence posts because one of mine snapped anyway, and I've got a fence post that's on the absolute piss. God knows why it's on the piss. I presume that the wind blew the fence post at one stage, and that's why. Because there's no way I'd have put it in like that. I straight up. Well, as nearly straight as you can get. And I reckon the wind's done it, but it's settled, and I can't push it back. So what I'm doing, I'm actually putting a bit of wood on the back of it to get it aligned, so it's absolutely bob on. And I've actually gained back some garden. The only problem is the neighbours have claimed my fuchsia that was in my garden as theirs in their garden. Looks great in their garden, and it's lovely for them. So the only problem is where I've done the fence, I've had to pop the bloody branches back under, and I'm doing that as I'm putting the panels up. So it's well, not panels, it's pallet. So it's reused pallet. I've stripped down loads of 4-foot pallets, and that's the wood I'm using. And it's already been up, and I've cut it down to 92 centimeters, so basically just over 3 feet. and just so that we've got a nice fence between us, and then the beer room starts, and that's really looking excited to that. I have got some other news, but potentially I can't say for a bit. Nothing, not beer related, but yeah, looking forward to doing this in here. I will do a live stream if I'm in here on a Saturday and I'm in here all day, and I've got to get it done soon because I go to 6 days working soon at the end of the month, end of February. I'm on 6 days a week, so it's going to have to be a Saturday pretty damn soon, um, just to get the work in. Yeah, it is what it is. It's that funny thing, isn't it? We all need to bring pennies in, and it's what with the cost of living going up through the blooming roof, this bringing pennies in is, it is a good thing. I mean, I'm hoping, and should be an interesting year moving forward. So yeah, I went into Lidl's today. There was a Donkey Stone lager on the eye. There was nothing else in there really. There was Duff beer. I've had Duff beer loads of times. But yeah, nothing new in my Lidl anyway. I don't know if other Lidls are any different. I picked the Donkey Stone lager up, and then I walking around, I thought, I've had that brand before. I've had their beers before, and I didn't really rate them then, so I put it back down. And I'm getting more like that now. I'm starting to turn around. I was at one stage picking up every single beer anything new, picked it up, every single beer. I'm now getting to that stage where I'm thinking of the amount I've already got anyway. And then I'm thinking of, do I really need this beer? Do I need to review it? No. I'm trying to make sure I don't buy any beers for a second time. I feel that I don't need to justify every single chuffing beer that comes out. Same with the supermarket beers. When the ranges get updated, I'm looking now and I'm thinking, do I really want to review that? No, not really. I mean, there's so many people reviewing beers. There's a review out there for or there should be, for every beer going. And I am liking it now. I've noticed a trend where quite a few people are reviewing not just the big name beers, but some of their local brands. And I'm liking that. And well played, other beer reviewers. It's only by getting their names onto YouTube and people looking at your reviews and thinking, God, I like the sound of that. I've never heard of that brewery. And if they pop down that area anytime, whichever part of the country you're from, it's a good thing. It's I mean, it's nice to review what comes in supermarkets because generally it's a lot cheaper. But it's nice also to pay a bit of homage to the locals, and not just locals, but breweries you've never seen before. Like if you go to a shop and you're out on holiday and you see a load of beers and it's like, ooh, I ain't heard of this one. And just picking their beers up and reviewing them. A little bit of it's a bit of kudos, isn't it, to the breweries, especially if it's decent beer, obviously. I mean, if it's not nice beer, then you might be doing them a bit of damage, but hey-ho. Yeah, it's going down okay. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a Czech lager expert. I don't think I'm a lager expert or a beer expert, but there you go. But yeah, it's palatable for the price it is as well. £1.29. I think it was that anyway. Yeah, it's not hurting the old bank balance. And let's be fair, a lot of people can't afford to pay a lot of money for beers. So one must always remember that. With the people, you can slag the supermarkets off for not paying much for the beers from the breweries, but the bigger breweries can take that hit because they'll brew in mega volumes. Smaller breweries, not so. Um, and whether this was actually brewed in Czechoslovakia makes you wonder, doesn't it? And I think what you find is a lot of this stuff that's supposedly brewed abroad is actually brewed under license in the UK. Same with wines. You know, you get wines from Australia, and I reckon that they're actually brewed in the UK because the cost of shipping bottles of wine all the way from Australia to the UK, because you're shipping in, and then you've got the chance of everything smashing. So I wonder if most of it's bottled and brewed, bottled here or bottled on the continent, you know. And like it's the juice and it's fermented on the continent because obviously it's the juice. You've only got to ferment it as wine. It does make you wonder. It does. Are they going to admit to that? No, not at all. It's like Foster's. Foster's is brewed in the UK, and most brands are brewed under license in a different country for obvious reasons as well, you know, and there would be recipes and that. So obviously water is the key, obviously a key ingredient. Um, yeah, it's not always a. I mean, obviously, if it's champagne, then it can only come from France, from that one area of France, and most likely none of that's brewed under license in the UK. I wouldn't have thought so. Same with prosecco. I would not have thought prosecco would come anywhere but from Italy because of the fact that Italy's only a day or so's drive away. But the stuff from Australia and further afield, I would doubt it. However, um, I do know that my wife used to like what they call vodka mud shakes, and that was brewed in New Zealand. And there's a bloke in the UK who actually imported it from New Zealand. Jesus Christ, that's some money's worth to set to bring it over here. And he did do well for a bit, but he's disappeared again. And it is a shame when brands, because let's be fair, you can make anything anywhere. The capabilities here are here to make anything, and just as they are in most countries in the world. Um, yeah. So anyway, Valentine's night. So I'm going to go up the house and cook a nice meal for the wife. She's chilling on the settee watching Emmerdale and all them. And so and then we'll go upstairs, watch TV, and I'll try not to fall asleep too early like I normally do. Try. Try not to wind you up. Yeah. I have a habit of doing that. I can't be the only one. You know, no one's perfect. I'm not. Simple as that. So yeah, for a lager, it's got pretty decent head on it, really, for a lager. Um, but yeah, it's palatable. Would I drink it again? No, no, it's not. It's not something I need to do again. Nice smoothness to it. Yeah, I mean, it's an easygoing lager. You know, it's certainly hitting the spot, and even at room temperature, I think it's quite nice at room temperature. I think that it's probably that's why it's a bit more lively. I think if it was at colder temperatures, I wouldn't have got the head so much. So something to note there, I suppose. But yeah, not a bad drop. Um, Out of 5 for me against other lagers. Yeah, about 4.1. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was anything exceptional, but yeah, it's not too bad. And for the price as well, £1.29. It's yeah, it's okay. And that's it for this beer review. Thank you all for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, and all that. And for those who haven't subscribed, why haven't you? You know, always makes me chuckle with subscribers because the numbers go up and down worse than a prostitute's knickers. And I'm sure it's bots. I'm sure half of it's bots that the numbers are. Because if I subscribe to somebody, there's a reason why. I don't subscribe, then unsubscribe 2 minutes later. So, yeah, what's the word? It needles me at times. But hey ho, you know, I suppose that's YouTube, isn't it? Cheers, everyone. See you soon.